New leak suggests that Crash Bandicoot is coming to Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it seems very likely. Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. The spinning maniac Crash Bandicoot might be coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, this is a character that I've backed for a very, very long time, and there's been a couple of reports out already, and there have been leaks in the past that talked about this too, and we've covered it on this channel as well. And now it seems that, yeah, we know that new Fighters Pass is coming with 6 spots, and, you know, it would be really weird if none of them are Crash Bandicoot, because that's like a character that everyone is kind of expecting because of, you know, the very good relationship with Nintendo now, with the games finally from being like these Sony PlayStation exclusives being on the Nintendo Switch on the go, and the game's doing actually really well and winning all sorts of awards, but also the idea that, you know, Crash just fits really well in that Super Smash Bros. Universe. I mean, he's on par with characters like Banjo, Sonic, I mean, these third-party characters that have huge impact on gaming, and I feel like Crash Bandicoot, you know, deserves to be in Smash on that alone. And to talk about this leak is making me very excited because this is something that I can see happening in my mind's eye. I worked on a Smash fan game that also had Crash in the game, and I worked in the animation of that, so I can definitely see how this would be great, how this would happen. And today we get to talk about all the information that is spreading that actually makes this a real, very real possibility. And of course, I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube content? Whatever you can think of, send your questions through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And here's a brand new awesome giveaway. You can win this Mario surprise capsule from Tomy. Any Mario item, Yoshi, a character could be inside. I leave them closed so you can find out what's inside when you win. I'm giving away 4 of these, so remember to like this video, subscribe to Blocked Content right now, and comment down below to enter for the giveaway. Alright guys, let's get into the main topic of today. And, well, a lot of this comes from a Twitter user called MandyCan, which is at MandyCan and actually describes itself as just, you know, a person with a little bit of influence behind the scenes that has some information. And I thought this was really interesting. This was sent to me by my Discord fans and also the people on the inside of the Blocked Content crew, which I'm very happy that are a part of what we do here. And this user, MandyCan, is spreading some it's really exciting because the things that he's talking about here is huge, okay? So basically saying direct on Thursday, calling it completely, right? So that to me is very fun. And then the idea of saying Crash comes directly after the first Challenger pack. And after that, Byleth is Fighter 5 in the first Challenger pack. So, you know, is this interesting to talk about? I absolutely do think so. The idea that calling a character like Byleth, I mean, a lot of people have suggested that that could be happening when they cross over to first party stuff, but no one has said that it's the 5th character, right? So that to me is already a huge, like, green light here. And also the fact that saying Crash comes directly after the first Challenger pack, and then the idea of it, you know, not having happened yet, but it could definitely be the next fighter. That specific reveal will probably be in a Nintendo Direct, right? That's probably where the information is coming from. Now, a little bit before that, well, MandyCan made some comments in October of 2019, replying to Sabi saying, "Who do you think is most likely for Fighter 5 in Smash Bros?" And MandyCan just says, LOL. Going on later, Urjaben says that Fighter 5 isn't one of the characters is the easiest thing to say, right? Crash comes directly after the first Challenger pack, and Byleth is Fighter 5 in the first Challenger pack. So calling these things very, very early in the game, which is actually making a lot of people very excited for the idea that Crash might be coming to Smash Bros. But also, there's a report that comes from Dexerto.com that basically says, Byleth Leaker claims Crash Bandicoot is Smash Ultimate's next DLC. So it's kind of all coming together, saying a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leaker who accurately predicted Byleth as DLC 5 back in October is now saying that Crash Bandicoot will kick things off for Fighters Pass Volume 2. Well, the leaker, known only on Twitter as MandyCan, accurately predicted a number of releases for Smash, as well as some other pertinent information, namely that we would not see any reveal for DLC 5 at the Game Awards, like, of course MandyCan said in those tweets. Adding to their believability, they also revealed that there would be no Breath of the Wild 2 reveal at the Game Awards, but that Mortal Kombat 11 would be there. Both of these things came true, right? That's a huge thing right there. As part of those predictions or leaks made back in October, they stated that Crash Bandicoot could be the DLC immediately following Fighter 5 or Fire Emblem's Byleth, and of course comes with the same screenshot. All of MandyCan's predictions came true so far. Well, the reason I started posting to Twitter was to build a resume for myself, MandyCan said in a statement on Twitter. I only direct messages a few people about it, and because I did not know if it was legit or not, I did not want to become out there until Crash officially came to be with the other info. This is my last tweet regarding any leak until Crash is revealed for Fighter Pack 6. Well, with the Smash community a bit divided after the reveal of Byleth, Nintendo could surely use a win to revamp the hype engine for Smash DLC. Crash Bandicoot could be just the fighter to do it, as he's a character with a deep history and a rabid fanbase among gamers in general. Crash Bandicoot made his debut on the original PlayStation back in the 90s, but has since made the jump to Nintendo consoles since Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. Well, on the Switch specifically, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled as well as the Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy have both been released to wide acclaim. Crash's edition would be a welcome one in what have just become the best-selling fighting game of all time, but a celebration of everything that has become in 2020. If Crash were to join the party, Smash would play home to 36 franchises in total, the most in any crossover title. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate players won't have to wait long for the reveal of the next fighter, as all of them are set to be completed sometime in 2020. With 6 fighters on the way, we should be looking at a reveal sometime in February or March to match the release cadence. And I feel like this is exactly true, right? The idea that Sakurai probably won't be trickling them out slowly. A lot of people are saying that, but, feel like there's a certain timeline that you need to adhere to and, have these troubles or these delays kind of in mind already. But I feel like it might be sooner rather than later, right? It might be actually in the next Nintendo Direct, which a lot of people are actually predicting might happen at the end of January, which is really soon, or the beginning of February, kind of like what happened last year. So the idea of Crash joining the party now, because MandyCan's comments have all been right so far, it's really interesting to think about the fact that Crash Bandicoot could actually be coming to the game, and that this thing was out there for such a long time, and that people actually kind of slept on all the information, right? So bringing it all kind of together, a lot of people are talking about certain leaks that happened before, and there's one specifically that still kind of stays with people, and that's of course the leak that talks a little bit about costumes. Goemon, Zero, Proto Man, Mallow Smithy, Chocobo, and Rocket Grunt. Well, a lot of these actually already came true, and of course this also talked about Crash Bandicoot being in Smash. So all of this information, and even that Mallow Cacodemon leak that actually happened and that hasn't been disproven since, well, all the information that we have right now is basically pointing towards at least some of this having been true in some form of the development of Smash Bros. Ultimate. There have been possibly ways that this has already been proven true. The information is out there on the internet for everyone to look up, for everyone to see, but yeah, things might have changed. I mean, these receptions to, different characters, different reveals in the Smash universe, I don't know if they take really big notes of that. Thinking about, back when they announced Corrin for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and now doing the exact same thing with Byleth over here, and that reaction not going over too well with the fans. That to me is a very good indicator that they still kind of are headstrong in their own ideals and their own ideas, and I feel like if they want to continue down the same path, well, fans will have a little bit of trouble to kind of keep up with the thing that they love so much. But adding a character like Crash Bandicoot that is, like they said, universally loved from a franchise that people grew up playing on the PlayStation and now is actually available on Nintendo Switch. So the connections there, the character fits with that world, and actually, a really fun history between Crash and Mario, where it's, calling the character out and having that kind of a fun dynamic in maybe an announced trailer, or maybe even, tiny hints in the gameplay, I think would be very fun. And I think ultimately that's the goal here, to have a fighter's pass of 6 fighters that are all unique, new, and fun. And of course, the idea could be that people are thinking this will only be first-party characters because Byleth was like the catalyst for that. Now we're just going to go through Nintendo's catalog. I think that it will just be more of what we already know. It could be third-party, could be first-party, could be heavy hitters, could be smaller characters that Sakurai just really enjoys. Well, I think that Crash Bandicoot would be a really great way to get people back on the wagon of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that were a little bit disappointed by Byleth, because let's be honest, people are out there that are very disappointed about this. And I just wanted to say, for my money, I do think that Crash Bandicoot could be the next character. I think that if they really want to bring everyone back, do a huge big announcement trailer with a lot of fun, callbacks to the franchise, maybe putting Cortex in there, I think that, having Crash Bandicoot, talk with all these characters for as much as he can, interact with them, and fight with them would be an incredible way to show this Fighter's Pass is going to be really crazy, and everyone's got to pre-order it now because you don't know what other crazy stuff is going to be in there. And I think that, if you would have released Banjo as the first Fighter Pass character for the first pass, then the sales would have been off the charts over here, and I feel like they want to probably undo that mistake for this second Fighter's Pass. And, straight out of the gate, a big third-party character from a big competitor, I feel would be the ultimate thing, well, ultimate, no pun intended, for this Fighter's Pass to succeed. So I really hope that they do it that way. So yeah, of course, I'd like to hear what you guys think of this. If you comment down below, your comment could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, of course, do you think that Crash is the next fighter to join Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? And as for a previous comment question, our answer comes to us from MDizBX Gaming, saying, my honest opinion in regards to the 2D Metroid rumor. Well, if that was the case, then it would be the cancelled sequel of Fusion that was advertised way back when. It was titled Metroid Dread and was meant for the GBA or DS era. I would love to see this project come back to life and to close out this overlooming thought that X-Parasites are still out there since Metroids still clearly exist. Yes, MDiz, I think that it's really fun to think about the fact that if we are getting a new Metroid game that is 2D or 2.5D in the style of Samus Returns, and they go back to the timeline of Fusion, where do you go next? And of course, Metroid Dread was a real game, right? It wasn't just Metroid Pinball like some people are talking about. This was a game that was just canceled, or, it didn't live up to expectations, but now they could take some story parts, even with the Chozo Uprising, stuff like that, or the return of, Meta Ridley. I feel like there's a lot of ways that you can explore the awesome, huge story of the Metroid franchise and not having to do it in the Metroid Prime universe, right? I definitely think that having a portable version of a, big blockbuster Metroid game could be very, very profitable for Nintendo over here. So I kind of agree. I would love to see Metroid Dread come back from the Metroid dead. So thank you so much for sending in your comments. These are always so much fun to read through. And of course, a big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters and you guys sending in super chats during our live streams. You make block content possible. So if you want to have yourself created as a little block content character, join me for a live Skype chat, or even have your own ideas become animations, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent, because there's a bunch of incredible rewards there and they're waiting just for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun that you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. Wow!